Everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review. And for today's review, we're going to be taking a look at the new NECA Toys Ultimate the Terminator figure. This is based on the Arnold Schwarzenegger T-800 from the first Terminator movie. The figure is nicknamed the Noir Terminator. You've got the book style of packaging we often see with these Ultimate figures. It's got a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger from the movie holding up his pistol with the laser sighting. He's got his sunglasses on. You've got Schwarzenegger's name real big up at the top. Then you have a little brief bio for the movie. In the year of darkness 2029, the rulers of this planet devised the ultimate plan. They would reshape the future by changing the past. The plan required something that felt no pity, no pain, no fear, something unstoppable. They created the Terminator. And then on the side, we've got the Terminator logo, same on the other side. And then on the back, we have some images of the actual figure. And then this opens up, it's attached, it closes with a little bit of Velcro, and you can open it up. And so on one side, you've got an image of the figure, and then on the other side, you've got the figure clearly displayed along with all the accessories. Okay, so let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figure outside of the packaging along with all the other contents, and you get quite a bit with this figure. It comes with 3 different weapons that you see him use in the movie. So you get the shotgun, and the detailing on this is pretty nice. You've got the brown for the backstock and the pump, and then you've got a metallic gun gray. And like I said, detailing on this is pretty good. Then you get an Uzi. Now this is just black plastic. It doesn't have much in the way of paint applications on it, but the sculpting detail on it's nice and looks true to the Uzi that we saw him use in the movie. And then finally you get his pistol with the laser scope on it. And I remember as a kid this was so cool. It was like the first time I'd ever seen a laser scope. I was about 12 years old when this movie came out, and definitely this was cool. So I think it would have been cool if they had done something where you could attach like a laser beam to come out of the scope, because that was such a prominent thing about this gun in the movie. But as it is, the sculpting detail on it is pretty nice. You've got again a metallic silver, and you've got the black on the handle. Now on mine at least, the scope is bent down a little bit when you take it out of the packaging. It's done with a kind of a flexible type rubber, so it's a little warped out of the packaging, but you could take a hairdryer to it if you wanted to. It's not a big deal. And he holds the weapons pretty good in his open hands. You also get an alternate right lower arm for the figure. Now this is to mimic when in the movie he, after one of his encounters with Reese and Sarah Connor, he gets his arm damaged, and so he has to go back to his hotel and perform some surgery on his arm. So they've given you this arm with the sleeve rolled up and his skin cut open, and you can see the metallic parts inside. So really nice detailing with the blood and the inner robotic parts on the arm. And the fingers are posed. He's like doing his fingers like this to make sure everything works after he performs the surgery on it. So again, really nice detailing with the arm and the hand and the fingers and everything. Now to switch out the arm, it's pretty simple. What you do is you just pull at the elbow and it pops right out. It just attaches with a peg, and then you just plug in the alternate arm, and it should fit right in there. They've also provided 2 forceps, and these are the surgical tools you see him use in his hotel room when he's trying to fix his arm. Now both of these are exactly the same. They don't have any moving parts to them. They're both sculpted closed. I like the idea behind these, but he doesn't hold them very well in his hand. You can kind of squeeze it in there, but again, he doesn't hold it very well. Plus the arm, because of the articulation, you can't really get this arm over to this one to like act like it's performing a surgical operation on it. And I also think it would have been cool if they had made one of these so they were kind of open, so you could actually attach it to the piece of skin on his arm like you see him do in the movie. I think maybe instead of giving us 2 of these, it would have been better if they'd given us 1 of these and then given us a scalpel, which you see him use on the arm as well as on his eye. You get 2 different pairs of left hands. So the one that's attached to the figure when you take it out of the packaging is a closed hand, and you just pull it out, and you've got the little hole in the hand and the little ball joint. And then you get a more open hand for holding weapons and stuff, and you just plug it in and it snaps right in. And finally, you get 3 different head sculpts with this figure. And I've got to say, NECA's done a really nice job with these. All of them look like Arnold Schwarzenegger and how he appeared in the movie. So this first head, which is the one that's attached to the figure when you take it out of the packaging, packaging. It's got the hairstyle that he was sporting when he first arrives in the past. And again, I think they've done a great job with the sculpting on this face sculpt. It looks just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So bravo to them with the face sculpt. And to switch out the heads, just like always, you just pull it off. It's attached with a ball joint. Now you get a second head, which is got a more of a buzz cut. And get it popped on. So this one's got more of a buzz cut. I guess I never really paid attention, but I guess at some point during the movie he gets a haircut or something. But this one's sporting a little bit different hairstyle, and again, this is very true to how he appears in the movie. This is before his face gets really damaged and everything. And then finally, the third head is very similar to the second head I showed you, only now it's got battle damage. And this is where, you know, again, going back to that scene in the hotel, his eye is also damaged besides his arm. And so he takes a scalpel and he basically pulls out his human-looking eyeball and drops it into the sink. So this is basically kind of mimicking that. You've got the blood. Now, I kind of think it would have been cooler but he does have all this blood around his eye, but after he removes the human eye, then you can see his robotic red eye underneath there. And I think it would have been kind of cool if they had done that effect more than just having the bloody red eye. It does look good. I mean, no complaints in that regard. I just think it would have been cooler if we'd gotten the actual robotic eye inside the head like we saw in the movie. Also, it would have been kind of cool if they'd maybe included some sunglasses right after he takes out the eye. Basically, he puts on sunglasses so that you can't see the damaged robotic eye. So for the figure itself, like with most NECA figures, I think they've done a great job with the overall sculpting and paint applications of the figure. I already talked about the face sculpt and what a great job I thought they did capturing the look of Arnold Schwarzenegger and how he appeared in this movie. You've got some really nice detailing on the jacket. The jacket is a separate piece and it's done with that vinyl material, the main part of the jacket. Now the sleeves of the jacket are sculpted on. He's got this little chain that is it's an actual plastic chain. It's not metal. Doesn't feel like metal at least, but it's attached to the figure pretty nicely. It's done through this loop on the jacket, so you want to be somewhat careful, but I don't think it'll break off that easily. Underneath the jacket, he's got this black t-shirt with just some graffiti writing on it, so pretty nice detailing with that. The jacket itself, I think they've done a nice job with the sculpting of the pockets and the buttons and the zippers. And then I really like the back of the jacket with these little spikes that you saw. You know, this is a very 80s looking jacket. And you've also got some nice detailing with the washwork. You can see some dirt on the jacket here on the back, so I like that. And then again here, it's got some more spikes and a black patch. You got those spikes on the gloves as well. So this was definitely a very 80s outfit that he was wearing in this movie. And then he's got the brown pants that he stole off the punks and the boots with, again, some nice detailing with the little buckles and everything. Articulation on this figure is probably the weakest thing about it. It's okay articulation, but it's not great. The head's on a ball joint, so you can look left and you can look right. Actually turns at the neck, and you've got some down movement, decent down movement with the head, but he can't really look back very much. You can pivot the head to the left and the right a bit as well, since it moves at the neck. Arms are attached with ball hinge joints at the shoulder, so you can get the arm out pretty good, and he's got good rotation there at the shoulder. He only has a single hinged elbow though, so he can't bend his arms very much at the elbow. Does have the swivel at the elbow, has swivels at the wrist. Hands are attached with ball joints, so you've got some up and down movement with the hands. No ab crunch joint, has a waist swivel. Legs are attached with ball hinge joints, so he can do the splits pretty good, and he can get his leg forward decently, and he can do his leg back about that much. You also have a rotation up high there near the ball joint. He has only single hinged knees, so again, not very good bending at the knee. He also has swivels at the knees. He's got a swivel at the boot cuff. He's got a little bit of up and down movement with the feet, and he's got rotation with the feet, but he doesn't really have any ankle pivot, and then 2 peg holes on the bottom of his feet. So this figure stands just about 7 inches exactly. Okay, so that's my review. So I really love the sculpting detail and the paint applications on this figure. I think NECA did a great job with the head sculpts on this one, capturing the likeness of Arnold Schwarzenegger. The accessories are pretty cool with it. My biggest complaint is the articulation. I would have definitely liked to seen a little better articulation with things like the elbows so that you could bend the arms a little bit better. But otherwise, I think this is a really nice looking figure and will fit in nicely if you've been collecting NECA's other Terminator figures. So this figure is starting to be released now. now. We'll have a full gallery of images up at toynewseye.com. There'll be a link in the description below. As always, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Also, if you haven't already, please follow me on my Facebook and or Twitter pages. I'll have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, I'll catch you later.